the World Cup just got bigger, way bigger. And if you haven't looked at how the 2026 tournament actually works, you're going to be very confused when it starts, because they changed almost everything. We're talking more teams, more matches, a brand new round that didn't exist before, and a tiebreaker system so complicated it has a tiebreaker for the tiebreaker. I wish I was joking. So here's what we're going to do. In the next 4 minutes, I'll break down the entire 2026 World Cup format, from the first group stage game all the way to the final. Let's go! For the last 28 years, the World Cup had 32 teams, 8 groups, 16 teams advanced, clean bracket. People understood it. It was simple. FIFA looked at that and said, not enough. So 2026 brings 48 teams. That's the most significant structural overhaul in the competition's history. You see a fee, 12% more countries, 64% more chaos. You'll see why. Here's where it starts. The 48 teams are split into 12 groups of 4. Every team plays the other 3 once. A win gets you 3 points, a draw gets you 1, a loss gets you nothing. Bet US, standard stuff. You've seen this before. But here's where it gets interesting. In the old format, the top 2 from each group advanced, and that was it. Clean. 16 teams in, 8 groups done. Now, there are 12 groups. The top 2 from each group still advance. That's 24 teams. But then FIFA does something genuinely weird. The 8 third-place teams across the 12 groups with the most points also advance to the round of 32. MLSoccer.com. So you can finish third in your group, dead last in half the groups, remember, only have 4 teams, and still keep going. In theory, that sounds generous. In practice, it means finishing third isn't automatically going home anymore. It means watching a scoreboard for 4 other games to see if your goal difference holds up. Not exactly relaxing. That gets you to 32 teams advancing, which is, ironically, exactly how many teams used to enter the whole tournament. Full circle FIFA. Very poetic. The top 2 teams from each group, along with the 8 best third-place teams, advance to the newly expanded round of 32. FIFA, this is brand new. It didn't exist in any previous World Cup. And from here, it's pure knockout football. Win or go home. Lose and you're booking your flight back. Simple as that. After the round of 32, it goes round of 16, quarterfinals, semifinals, and then the final on July 19th in New York/New Jersey. For the first time in history, the finalists will play 8 matches, up from the traditional 7, FIFA, which is either exciting or exhausting depending on how you feel about your team's depth squad. You thought points decided everything. Cute. If 2 or more teams in the same group are equal on points, the first tiebreaker is the points obtained in head-to-head matches between the tied teams. Then it goes to head-to-head goal difference, then head-to-head goals scored. FIFA, still tied after all that? Then it moves to overall goal difference in all group matches, then most goals scored in all group matches, then team conduct score, which takes yellow cards and red cards into account. And if you are still tied after discipline records, it comes down to FIFA World Rankings, the ranking system that every fan argues about every single week, that could literally send your team home. Incredible. The lesson here, score more goals than you need to. And maybe don't get booked. Once you're in the knockout rounds, draws are no longer an option. If still tied after regulation, the match goes to extra time. 2 15-minute halves. If still tied after extra time, it goes to a 5-round penalty shootout. If still tied after 5 rounds, each subsequent round becomes sudden death. MLSoccer.com. You know the type of penalty shootout. 40 million people watching, 1 player, 12 yards, complete silence. The tournament kicks off on June 11th, with co-hosts Mexico taking on South Africa at Mexico City Stadium, and concludes on July 19th, with the final in New York/New Jersey. FIFA, 3 host nations, the United States, Canada, and Mexico, sharing one massive tournament across an entire continent. That's 104 matches total. Bet US, the most in World Cup history. We started by saying FIFA changed almost everything, and they did. 48 teams, 12 groups, a brand new round of 32, 8 third-place teams sneaking through, tiebreakers that go 6 levels deep before anyone flips a coin, and a champion who has to win 8 straight matches to lift that trophy. This is the biggest, most complicated, most ambitious World Cup ever built. Whether that makes it better, that's genuinely up for debate. More teams means more stories. It also means more dead rubber matches, more confusing scenarios, and a lot more nights staying up to watch a scoreboard you barely understand. But here's the real question. With 48 teams and a format this wide open, does the best team always win? Or does this new structure create just enough chaos for a true underdog to go all the way? Because honestly, for the first time in a long time, I think it actually might. If you want more breakdowns like this, tournaments, formats, rules that nobody explains properly. Subscribe. New video every week. We'll keep it fast.